Super duper.
If he was super duper hot and I wanted to have sex, just sex, I didn't see him as anything else, then I think that's super, that's great.
What if you wanted more though? Like
if I wanted more, then no.
See, the problem is that you girls always think about some creepy guy in a big coat. You think about this question.
No.
We're talking about Chads.
No, we don't.
I'm thinking about Chads. I mean, maybe
Really?
it's because of my
Me
age,
too.
because I'm 29, but yeah, I think about the little college boys that are...
Okay. Wait, but so... Hold on, just to be clear. So, wait. A guy that you would want to have a relationship with, you would want to wait to have sex?
100% yes.
Ooh, this is... I want to go around the table on that one, but... But if there was just some like hot dude and I'm trying to think how I frame this question. He was just straight up wanted to have sex. He communicated it.
Mm-hmm.
You'd also go for that. You'd just have the quick, casual sex.
If I wanted a relationship with him?
Well, if you didn't, I suppose.
And all I wanted was sex at that moment, yes.
Okay. At that moment, if all you wanted was sex. Okay.
I'm at the time in my life where I don't want to date, and it's a guy and I'm friends with.
Yeah.
And I don't see him as anything more than a friend, or like I just know I don't want to have a relationship with him like that. But there's some banter, there's some tension. He's like, okay, I think you're really attractive. Like I want to have sex, and that's what I wanted. Then yes.
I see. I have something for this, Nick. If you can start. And then what about you? A guy, I know you're in a relationship right now. Let's assume you were single or back when you were single. Guy walks up to you or maybe matches with you on a dating app. It's just, hey, I think you're cute. Do you want to have sex? Yay or nay?
Probably from the dating app, even if he was really hot, not the first time. Just because I'm going to assume that that's how all his dates go, and that's kind of gross because to me it's like exchanging souls, like way more than just having sex. It's kind of like giving a piece, which I feel fine, but like receiving, I don't know what I'm receiving.
Wait, I'm...
Like, I don't want to get really into it. It's kind of spiritual, but just cooties.
Talking like STDs?
I mean, that and like, I don't know. I'm just very like, this is my temple and I don't want bad energy from someone I don't know very well. Even
your
if
body
he's attractive.
is your temple.
Yeah.
Okay. So how long do you think, and I do want to return to the whole, waiting. How long do you think you should wait before having sex with somebody?
I don't know, kind of when you know. Like if I really like the guy and I see potential and I want to keep hanging out with him, then of course I would.
You would sooner rather than later?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. So what if you're you're like on the fence about the guy? On the fence? I don't know if you've encountered that.
I probably would still, yeah. I'd be okay with having sex, even though it's kind of like, maybe.
Well, your current boyfriend, how was it the first date?
No.
Second date?
Yeah. Second date, but there was a lot of time in between them because we met one day when I was still living in Missouri, and then he went back to California. Okay.
All right. So, Nick, don't pull it up yet, but do you have it? Okay, we'll react to that in just a sec. So, I think the point was, actually we'll go around the table on that. How long do you think you should wait before having sex with somebody? How long do you like to wait?
I like to wait. If I actually see a potential of a relationship and I want to be in a relationship, I wait a while, I would say. More than the average person.
So if you see a potential for a relationship...
and I want a relationship.
You'll wait.
Yes.
Coincidingly, though, if you don't see a potential for a relationship, you will... you're willing to have sex immediately.
If I'm like traveling and
sure.
I want to have experiences, yes.
Okay, so when you're traveling...
And if I want sex, yes.
Yeah, and you just were traveling, correct? Yes. You were in Europe, you said you were in Spain. Did you go to any other countries or just stuck? Okay.
I went.
Okay, so if you're just traveling, so you don't have any qualms with having sex with someone immediately? Like, okay, while you were in Europe, like, was there just like some dude, maybe you were at a party or something, I don't know, and like an hour later, like you guys are hooking up?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But if you mark the person as somebody you want to have something long term with, then do you have a sense of how long you'd like to wait?
Depends on the person.
Do you have an estimate, like a couple weeks, couple dates, couple months?
I've done a couple months before.
You've done a couple months before.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that recently or? Wait, but I thought you. Oh no, you did have a 1-year relationship, correct? Okay. Was that the 1 year?
Yeah.
So your 1-year relationship. You're 20, correct?
Yeah.
How old were you when you had the 1-year relationship?
18.
18. Was this in high school or?
It was like the end
of high school. Okay. Now, prior to the 1-year relationship, did you have any of those experiences where it was just kind of more fun and?
No, not really.
Okay, so your 1-year relationship, was that the first guy that you had ever been with?
First guy I've ever had sex with.
Okay, first guy you ever had sex with. Okay, so I mean, that changes things a little bit because I mean, so it was your first time having sex, you were a virgin, so you waited a little bit. But after that relationship, you're more open to just having sex immediately.
I'm still not really that type of person.
Well, you just said
like if I'm traveling and stuff. If I'm not, but I'm not
okay.
looking.
And they wonder why we don't want them traveling.
I'm not, but I'm living in a place for 4 or 6 months. I know that, like, it's not going to be a long-term relationship for me with Michael. It's not going to work out.
Okay.
Like,
I see.
It's not like I'm going out there and I'm looking for people to hook up with. If there's,
right.
If you had a long-term boyfriend, would you go traveling?
Yes.
By yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that he would be reasonable to have objections to that?
Hopefully he wouldn't, or he would travel with me.
But you would go traveling by yourself, though.
I would.
With a boyfriend.
100%.
And he's at home.
I mean, if he doesn't want to come, yeah. Also, it's healthy to have sex. I would not give up traveling at this point in my life to stay at home, to be in a relationship.
Okay. So I'm curious. So, for example, like you just were traveling. It sounds like you just had some of these short-term, like casual experiences. Now that how long have you been back here in Santa Barbara, in California, or just back home?
A month.
You've been back home a month. Okay. Less than a month, or what? Oh, I thought you were like shaking your head or something like.
Oh no, I was just cracking my neck.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now that you're back here, are you trying to, do you think, okay, the next guy that you potentially see as having a relationship with, are you going to want to wait to have sex with him?
Yes.
Okay. Just off of the back of having a string of short, like immediate casual sexual encounters.
I mean, there weren't that many, but yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, how many?
Over the last 6 months?
Yeah.
Like 4.
Like 4? 5?
Plus or minus? No.
Plus or minus? Okay. Okay, 4.
At least 4.
Is it conceivable that guy who you are potentially eyeballing for a long-term relationship, and let's say he wants to have sex, but you're like, no, I want a long-term. I really like you. I want it to be serious. If he knows that your previous standard was, well, when I'm in Europe, I'll fuck the guy immediately. Do you anticipate that a guy might object to that?
I hope that he wouldn't. I hope he would respect my boundaries. And also,
but do you realize that you only have boundaries for him, though?
Also, when you guys say fuck immediately and have sex immediately, that's not always what happened in Europe. Like a lot of the time when I say casual, it was like friends that turned into more. Not relationships, but more than that. It's not like, I don't know.
Well, but it sounded like, I asked you, I think if, you had hooked up within like an hour of meeting somebody.
That happened twice.
Twice, right.
Yeah. So then your boyfriend's going to have that standard in mind when he wants to...
He's getting different treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guys in Europe I wasn't pursuing long-term relationships with, but he...
But
I am.
It almost occurs to me though, if this is somebody that you see for with long-term potential, wouldn't that be the guy who's more deserving of having like sleeping with sooner?
No.
Like, wouldn't you? But if you like really like the guy, wouldn't you want to have sex with him?
I would.
Because to me, it seems like you're almost gamifying. It's like you're playing a game.
No, I would definitely want to have sex. Like,
so why would you, if you don't have any sort of objections to sleeping with somebody fast, because you don't, why would you make a potential boyfriend wait to have sex?
Because I would want to make sure that we're in a relationship that's based on much more than just sex or much more than just my body.
But why can't you simultaneously, like you're using it as like the carrot on a stick. No. Why can't you simultaneously build a relationship and have sex at the same time?
You definitely can, but I would just wait.
But you have
longer.
You have no like moral objections to sleeping with someone quickly. So I just don't understand. Like it's not like you're religious and you're waiting until marriage because that's like your moral or religious point of view.
Yeah.
Can I pitch in?
Well, I'd like to.
Okay.
But you can add to it in a bit. But I'm trying to get an answer from her.
Well, for me, I mean, sex, like, it is very meaningful.
Is it though?
Yes, even when I've hooked, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is. For me, sex is meaningful.
But so why the different standard for if that is the case, why engage in casual sexual encounters?
Because I'm on a different side of the world. I'm 20. I'm living life. I want to experience that. I haven't done it before. I want to experience hookup culture. It was fine. Like,
okay.
You know, but it's, for me, like a long-term relationship that's serious.
Okay.
And I want to really get to know the person. I want to make sure that we're compatible intellectually, compatible emotionally.